Welcome, beloved friends, to Daily God's Promise, Day 8 Inches today, on August 8, 2025. We embrace a powerful promise from Nahum chapter 1 verse 7. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knows those who trust in him. This verse is a beacon of hope from a book filled with foreboding prophecy. In the midst of terrifying judgment on the enemies of God's people, this verse stands as a stark and comforting contrast. It reveals God's character, his protective power, and his personal care for all who place their trust in him. 1. The foundation of our trust. The Lord is good. This promise begins with the foundational, unshakable truth of God's goodness. The word, good, here means more than just morally upright. It means beneficial, kind, and full of grace. This is the bedrock upon which all our trust is built. In a world full of pain and uncertainty, we can be confident that our God is not a chaotic or arbitrary force. He is an unchangingly good Father, and it is this goodness that is the source of all his promises and actions toward us. 2. A stronghold in the day of trouble. God's refuge. The second part of this promise is God's role as our stronghold. A stronghold is a fortress, a high place of security and refuge. This is not a promise that trouble will never come to our lives, but that when it does, God himself becomes our refuge. He is our safe place, our point of security and protection in the midst of the storm. The promise is not a trouble-free life, but a trouble-safe life in him. When the world feels unstable, God is our unwavering shelter. 3. And he knows those who trust in him. The intimacy of relationship. This promise of being a stronghold is specifically for those who trust in him. This is not a vague, universal promise but a deeply personal one for those who have a relationship with God. The word, knows, here implies far more than intellectual knowledge. It speaks of a deep, caring, and intimate relationship. God sees your heart, your faith, and your dependence on him. He knows your name, your struggles, and your prayers. It is this personal, intimate relationship that is the condition for receiving his promise of being your fortress. 4. The day of trouble. The promise of the stronghold is a direct response to the day of trouble. This acknowledges the reality of suffering, hardship, and difficulty in our lives. The Lord doesn't minimize our pain or pretend it doesn't exist. Instead, he promises his goodness and strength will be made manifest in those difficult days. He is our anchor when the seas are rough, our refuge when the attacks come, and our peace when our hearts are overwhelmed. 5. Old Testament cross-references. God's name is a refuge for the righteous. As in Proverbs chapter 18 verse 10, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run to it and are safe. He's not just near in theory. He's present in crisis. As in Psalm chapter 46 verse 1, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Trust activates supernatural peace as in Isaiah chapter 26 verses 3 to 4. You will keep him in perfect peace, because he trusts in you. 6. New Testament cross-references. Jesus doesn't just save crowds, he knows you personally. As in John chapter 10 verse 14, I am the good shepherd, and I know my sheep. God doesn't forget or overlook those who trust him. As in 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 19. The Lord knows those who are his. Your trust and faithfulness never go unnoticed. As in Hebrews chapter 6 verse 10, God is not unjust to forget your work and labor of love. 7. Trusting in God's goodness today. If you are facing a day of trouble, cling to this verse. Do not look to the chaos of the world but to the unchanging goodness of God. Trust in him, and you will find he is your stronghold. Remember that he knows you intimately and will not fail you. Let this promise be your anchor and your source of peace, knowing that even in the darkest storm, your refuge is sure.